Hey everybody and welcome to episode 6 of The Homecoming with me, James, from the Football Manager Whiz Kids. We are of course playing with Montrose, my hometown local club, if you're just joining us in this episode. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I suggest you do to catch up where we're at. If not, let's crack on with the episode. So today we're going to play a live comp against Stirling. We're going to recap the results, and as you might have guessed by the title, signings. We have made 2 signings for next season, so we're going to showcase those before we get into today's live comp and recap of the results that we've played since the last game against Cowdenbeath. Of course, we'll update you on the league table as it currently stands also. So the first signing coming in for next season is Fraser Mullen of Cowdenbeath. Now, formerly of Wraith Rovers, East Fife and Hibernian. He's a 23-year-old. He can play right back, but he's more predominantly at centre mid, and his attributes in the technical area are pretty good. He's decent at corners, free kick taken is 15 also. He's good at set pieces, that would suggest. Long shots of 12. So we're looking for someone from the centre midfield area to produce some long shooting and hopefully get a few more goals from the centre midfield area, because that's an area where we've struggled to get goals from. Passing is 11, teamwork and work rate are 13 and 12, natural fitness is 13. He's right footed. As I say, we'll probably play him as a centre midfielder, and his player trait is shoot from distance. Not really a first team player for Cowdenbeath this season, 5 starts but 22 substitute appearances, which tells you he's not really seen as a main first team player. 2 goals, 2 assists and a 6.8 average for Cowdenbeath, but I personally think he can become a good player for us. Of course, we're playing part-time football, so we're going to see a lot of players going out, coming in, joining for a season, but Fraser Mullen is the first signing wrapped up to join for season 2 at Montrose. Next up is a player coming in who you might be familiar with in lower league football. He has played for Arbroath, a lot of games for Morton, started his career off at Celtic and is currently playing for Pollock. It's Carlo Monte. Before Pollock, he has had some time away at Malta, but he's actually joining on a pretty hefty wage, to be fair, but for a season, for someone that hopefully next season we can maybe look to challenge for the title, and hopefully he's someone that can push us on to that, is Carlo Monte. Now, from when I remember him playing, he was a right back, but now they have him on Football Manager as an attacking left midfielder. Can play in the centre behind the striker in the number 10 or on the right hand side. But look at his attributes, guys. For someone at part-time football, this guy could be a real gem. Corners 12, crossing 12, 14 free kick taken, long shot 12, penalty taken 17, mentally he's pretty sound too, aggression a little bit high, bravery 13, determination 15, that's very good, flair 11, teamwork 12, acceleration 11, balance 11, so he's someone that looks like, I think he could do some real damage. As you can see his stats down below for the season for Pollock. Now, 36 games, 3 goals is a bit disappointing, and considering all 3 of those are penalties, and he scored them all, it says a lot that he's not really contributing in terms of goals. Assists only 5 in 36 games and 1 man a match, but although they are pretty poor in terms of contribution, a 7.14 average over the course of a season at the level of football he's playing is decent. So we'll see if he can step up to part-time football in the 4th tier of Scotland next season. Hopefully he's a player that can do it, but I'm really looking forward to using him. And that is the second signing wrapped up to join Montrose in the Homecoming episode 2, which I'm sure we will crack on with very, very soon. But we've got, of course, got to wrap up season 1 first. So we're going to get into today's game, the live come at home to Stirling, pretty quickly. So we're going to fire through these, and as you can see, the form hasn't really gotten much better since the Cowdenbeath defeat 5-3 at home. Anyway, we went on to play Berwick. We beat them 2-1 at home. Gary Fraser and Cammy Ballantyne getting the goals in that game. We lost 3-1 away to Stirling. And the away game that we played them, of course, Mark Kelly getting a goal there. We drew 0-0 at home to Arbroath in the derby. We really did deserve to win that. A bumper crowd of nearly 1,200 at Links Park. We then went away for another derby at Station Park, nearly 1,400 there. A 1-0 loss against Forfar. Connor Higgins got his, I believe, his second start for the club against Edinburgh away. Got a goal, of course, the young guy that we've invested a lot of money in. 1-1 away in the capital. And we just beat Annan 2-1. And again, we did deserve to win. And we did come from behind, scored 2, not late goals, but late-ish goals. Gary Fraser getting the double there. So in the next episode, or in an episode soon, I will recap the total player stats and let you know how players are going to be getting on individually, probably in the end of season 1 report. So here we are with the league table after 27 games, and as you can see, with our form recently being pretty poor, although we did win in the last game. 27 games played, 9 wins, 8 draws, 10 losses, 36 goals scored, which is... it's about mid-table in terms of goal scoring. 40 conceded, not really good enough, but every team has conceded more than 32 or more goals. We are sitting in 7th position. We are 7 points away from Arbroath in the playoffs. That was the target at the start of the season. 9 games left in the league. Can we make that playoff spot? I certainly hope so, but we're really going to have to get our fingers out. But we are miles and miles away from relegation. But I guess anything 5th or below. 5th would be an okay finish. 6th would be reasonable, but anything below 6th is a very disappointing season. I'm hoping we can get close to the playoffs and hopefully put a late challenge on Arbroath and Forfar to sneak into the playoffs. Clyde currently leading the way by 5 points, although Cowdenbeath have a game in hand to pull it back to 2 points within them. So let's crack on for today's match. We've got a game against Stirling, who are sitting in 6th. We are at home this game, and if we do win, we can leapfrog them and move into at least 6th after today's match. So hopefully we can get a win. Come on, the boys. Okay guys, so prior to going into today's match against Stirling, one thing I did forget about, and probably because I've not played actually that much Football Manager this year compared to recent years, is the youth intake. So now, Christian Daly, my under-20 manager, I'm sure some of you know him, the former Scotland international. Now he is my manager and he's just brought through a whole host of intake players. I'm hopeful some of these might be quite good. So as part of this video, we're going to now make the youth intake something we can look at before today's game. It will extend the video by a short bit, but I know this is something a lot of you are interested in because a lot of people like to look at the youth intake, and hopefully some of these could either earn us a bit of money or be a vital part of the first team. So here we are, and early signs showing that potentially there are a few good players in here. The oldest aged 16 and the youngest age 15, so there's a lot of players with potential 3-star or above in there. So I'll have a quick look through them and I'll show you the top 2 or 3 and we'll see how good they are. Okay guys, so the first one we've offered a contract to is a 3.5-star potentially key member of the team. He's currently 1-star ability. It's Ryan Watt, 16-year-old striker. Now looking at his attributes, he plays as a poacher. 10 finishing, off the ball is 10, flair 12, teamwork 13, 11 work rate, acceleration is 11, 12 agility and 12 pace. Now of course we're going to look to bring in a couple of these to fill out the youth squad, or the under 20 squad should I say. So Ryan Watt is the first one I've offered a contract to. The next one I've offered a contract to is 15-year-old goalkeeper who looks pretty good. Current ability is 2-star, which says a lot in terms of this level we're playing at. 15-year-old, his handling is 11, 14 for reflexes, tendency to punch is 12, rushing out is 12, bravery 12, determination 17. He's also got 11 for balance, jumping reach is 11, and natural fitness is 13. Now, this guy, you don't often get quality goalkeepers come through the youth system at most clubs, I would say, but this guy for part-time football looks like he could be something pretty special. Contract offered to Jim Farningham. Next up, contracted offer to 15-year-old centre midfielder Liam Ross. Now his attributes are 12 for free kick taking, determination is 13, bravery is 11 and natural fitness is 14. Doesn't look anything great, but again we need to fill out the under 20 squad so they can sort of compete at a decent level. He is 1-star current ability and potential ability of 4 stars and potential to be one of the best players at the club. Again, that's not saying a lot considering we're only part-time in the 4th tier of Scottish football. And the final one to be offered a contract is Stephen Davidson, 16-year-old central defender. Now, guys, this one for me, pick of the bunch. Now, 1-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, potential to be one of the best players at the club. And for me, guys, I ain't kidding. If I get this guy signed, he's probably going to go straight into the first team. Marking 11, mentally he's very good. Bravery 13, decision making 11, determination 12, 14 teamwork, 13 work rate. Physically, he could be a beast other than his strength, which is very poor, but pace 12, natural fitness 13, balance 12, agility 12, acceleration 14. I'm excited about this one, and this one could be a huge part of the future of Montrose FC under me. Hopefully we can sign him, get him tied down, and he won't be poached by bigger clubs, because for me this guy looks like a proper beast at this level and I'm really excited to use him. Another bit of activity happening, guys, is Kane Hester. Now, a young lad that lives in Montrose, currently playing for Arbroath in real life. He has left Arbroath after the 2 clubs decided to part mutually. So what I've done is offer Kane Hester a 4-week trial with a view to a permanent deal, a permanent part deal, should I say. Available to sign on a free transfer, finishing of 12, aggression 16, 12 anticipation, bravery 14, 14, determination 15, position 11, work rate 12, acceleration 12, natural fitness 12, pace 11 and stamina of 13. Now this guy could be a proper baller at this level. So I've offered him a trial. I'm probably going to offer him a deal to the end of the season, and I may even offer him a contract for next season too. So yeah, Kane Hester, that trial offer didn't go well. Not prepared to join Montrose even on a permanent deal that I offered, due to the rivalry that exists with Arbroath. Even though he lives in Montrose, he played for Arbroath, currently unemployed in the part-time football department, he's still rejecting an offer. We'll keep him on the shortlist and we'll see what holds in the future for him in next season in case he might want to join. But for now, Kane Hester turns down Montrose FC. So here are the lineups today, guys, and we're starting in the familiar 4-3-1-2 formation. Miller in goals, back reclaiming a spot from Alan Fleming. At left back it's Steeves. In the middle you'll see a new name, it's Stephen Davidson. Yes, the young kid, 15 years of age. He's signed. I've thrown him into the deep end, and I'm confident in his attributes and stats that he could be a force in this league for us. Why not, guys? We're struggling to sort of move up the league. We're just hovering around that certain area. We've thrown him in, and he's straight into today's action. He partners Allen at the back, Ferguson at right back, as Pascazio is currently injured. In the middle it's Callahan, Ballantyne, good player on loan from Dundee United, and the skipper Terry Masson. In behind the strikers in the number 10 role is Charlesworth. Up top, the on loan Hamilton man, the goal machine that is Kelly. And up top, the guy we invested a lot in from Partick Thistle, and hopefully he'll do well for seasons to come, it's Connor Higgins. And on the bench we have Moore, McDonald, Watson, Ross, the guy, young 16-year-old that's just been signed, Hay, Gary Fraser, who's been scoring a lot of goals. Higgins has got the nod over him today, and Chris Templeman up top, the big target man. We play against Stirling today, therefore lining up flat 4-4-2, Wright, Quigley, Smith in goals, McGeechy, Black, Morrison, Colquhoun, Dixon up top is Little, on the left is Petrie, and up top is Little and McLaren. Big game today, guys, chance to move up the league again, so we've wished the boys good luck, we've encouraged them, and hopefully we can get a win today. As you see, we can start in 7th position on the right hand side of the league table against 6th place Stirling. We can potentially move up to 5th today. Hopefully we can do so. On the left hand side you'll see the match stats, and the game is underway, and we have a corner ready to defend. Dixon to swing it in. McLaren, Dixon puts it in. McLaren again, few early touches for him. Petrie on the left, Quigley into Dixon, Colquhoun out to Morrison. This is very nervy times early on, and Davidson. Terry Masson, as ever present, he captains the squad today. 7 minutes into the game, no action at all. Allen, Callahan, Higgins, it's through to Kelly. He doesn't miss from here, and he doesn't usually miss from that sort of area, and it is a corner. Good play there from the lads. Positive play. Quigley away. 10 minutes in here. One real chance so far. It's Steeves, who's rejecting. Oof! Steeves crosses it and it nearly goes in, turns it for a corner. Steeves, incidentally, has just had a bid for him from ASC Filed, turned it down, but he is currently rejecting a contract, so if he doesn't sign one, because he's got good attributes for this level, we're going to have to look for a left back in the summer. Masson with a free kick, and he puts it over. Good early pressure from the lads. Nothing yet to really defend other than a little bit of possession from Stirling. So just going to calmly encourage. The lads are doing quite well so far. Nothing really jumping out though. Possession in the favour of Stirling, 57%. They have one shot on target, one shot on total, should I say. 2 shots now. 2 shots from us, 1 on target also. Steeves, Callahan, Higgins, and he puts it in. That's another thing, guys, for next season. We're going to be able to sort of pick loans or sell from bigger clubs, whereas this season when I came in, we'd already reached the limit of loan players that we could have, so I couldn't really bring any in, and that's an area where we're going to really look to exploit better quality players. And of course we do have Celtic as an affiliate club, and hopefully we can bring in 1 or 2 of those next season. But the only loan I did manage to bring in was Mark Kelly from Hamilton. Very good. Ballantyne's been a solid acquisition as well, but he was already at the club on loan from Dundee United. So 0-0 against Stirling here at half time. Things are going well as it stands. So I've told the lads we can still come out with a win, a little bit of encouragement. One substitution, Higgins comes off for Gary Fraser. 14 goals this season for Gary Fraser, and we've decided to pump the ball into the box and decided to tell our fullbacks to hit the crosses earlier. Try and catch the opposition defence out. 0-0 here. Hopefully we can go on and get a goal or two. Fraser, Charlesworth. He's been quiet in the last few games after having a good middle period of the season, the youngster, in that number 10 role. But really we're playing okay this match. Yet to get a goal of course, but we're doing okay as it stands. Yellow card for the skipper, Terry Masson. 51 minutes gone here. We're going to make a substitution. We're actually going to bring the young kid on, Liam Ross, for his debut. We'll bring off Terry Masson and we'll play him as a ball winning midfielder. That's his natural trait in the game. Of course we don't want to risk Terry Masson, currently already on a yellow card, has been sent off the season, and Gary Fraser takes the armband for the remainder of the game with 30 minutes to go. Callahan, Kelly, it's Fraser, it's Gary Fraser, goals Gary Fraser, and Gary Fraser has just sent me a message to say do not pick the young kid, Connor Higgins. You go out, you spend money on Partick Thistle striker, the young 17-year-old, and he's just shown why Gary Fraser should be starting. And I'm swallowing my words here. Gary Fraser should be starting. I guess I put a lot of faith into Higgins because of the money we spent on him and more thinking about the future seasons. But a good assist there from Mark Kelly and a good goal from Gary Fraser, who's sure to be telling me he should be starting in the next match. We haven't actually won many live comms, guys, since the series started. Of course, we're in episode 6 now, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure if we won any live comms. If we have, since we started, you'd have to remind me there, or I'll have to watch back the episodes and see and have a look. But we haven't had much luck in the live comms thus far, so hopefully we can hold out and keep a win here. It's McLean, high, wide, and not at all handsome, and we will make one final substitution. We're going to bring on the big man, Chris Templeman, for Mark Kelly. Hopefully he can cause some havoc. Now, Chris Templeman did score a fine goal recently from 30 yards, and it's not his type of goal. In real life, I mean, not usually his type of goal. He's usually a target man. He scored a fine 30-yard goal, as seen on the YouTube channel of Montrose SC, and I thought I'd give it away a penalty then. Conor McLaren is offside. Hopefully we can get a win, guys. We went up to 5th in the table, 8 points behind 4th place, and Little, somebody that I actually looked at and potentially going to try and sign maybe in the future, is Andy Little, the former Rangers player. Is 8 points with 8 games left a real big gap, too much of a gap to make up in terms of the playoffs? And it's Fraser, he's through again, Gary Fraser, 2-0, and that just about wraps this game up. And finally, I think this is the first live com we've actually won. If not, it's certainly one of very few. 2-0 here, and it's the 90th minute. 8 shots, 5 on target, just outplayed in terms of possession, but that's not everything. It's all about the goals, and more importantly, a clean sheet here. And what is really impressive, guys, is 16 or 15-year-old, 16-year-old, can't remember how old he is, Stephen Davidson, and it's surely that should have been a goal, and Templeman should have made it 3-0. As I was saying, guys, what is really impressive here is that this guy is at a 7.8 average. He is 16 years old and he just had a 7.8 average in his debut in the 4th tier of Scottish football. Very impressive, and what a decision to put him in to the first team fold. So a big 2-0 win there, Gary Fraser double, and just as important is a clean sheet for the lads, because we've been conceding a lot of goals recently. So confirmation of that victory, guys, over Stirling, and twice back to back. Actually, I'm considering why I dropped Gary Fraser when he scored 2 in the previous games, but what I was actually just thinking there is Connor Higgins must have started that game due to scoring in the previous game, and Fraser's now scored 4 goals in 2 games. 2 back-to-back wins, considering our recent form has been poor. A clean sheet in that game. Now, 8 points to make up in terms of the playoff spot is a lot, but with how many games left? 8 and 9, 8 games left. Who knows? We still have to play the 2 teams in the playoffs, so you never know. Next up, away to Cowdenbeath, then away to Arbroath, a home tie against Edinburgh, away to Elgin, then a big match against Forfar before playing Berwick away and on away, then we wrap up the season at home to Clyde. So I'm not going to tell you what games I'm going to come back to, guys, for the next live com, because it depends on importance. Now, if we're not going to make the playoffs, I will come back to you at the Clyde game, last game of the season. We'll just do a live com, talk about what's happened in the previous 7 games, if it doesn't mean anything. If there is a potential chance that we can get in to the playoffs before that, say for example against Forfar, there's a chance for us to move into the playoff spots, I will bring you that game, but we'll see how it goes. If not, we'll wrap up the last game of the season against Clyde and run through the previous games, and of course any potential signings that may have come in on a pre-contract for next season. And as ever, guys, thank you for sticking with me. This is the Homecoming. I'm James from the Football Manager WizKid. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you enjoy the content, have a look at previous content from previous Football Managers. I've done a lot of experiments, not this year but on last year we've done a lot, and I don't know, guys, if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any criticism or you want to get involved in the comments, if you want to suggest anything what I can do, because I don't really play at this low level, I'm playing at this depth of level simply because it's my hometown team. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for subscribing, and don't forget, should I say, to check out at the FM WizKids on Twitter. We've got about 4,000 plus followers out there, and of course, where we made our name, the Football Manager WizKids, where we've had a page for about 5 years now with 16,000 people on there. Get involved, get interacting, and I'll see you on there. And let us know about your saves, of course, too. Thanks, guys, I'm rambling on now. The video has been a bit longer than usual because we put that youth intake part in the middle of the video, which wasn't actually planned, but I hope you enjoyed it. We did sign a few of those players, and as ever, guys, I'll say it again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon on our next episode of The Homecoming. Take care and goodbye.